linebacker opportunity. And how did you think it went?
Definitely a lot of progress was made. We practice this stuff all throughout the year, but just during certain game plans and stuff like that comes up, and our coaches feel like that was the right move for that week, and I think it worked out pretty well, and we just got to build on it.
You guys ramped it up a little bit last week for that opponent.
Yeah, I mean, every team has different tendencies. We know the type of team Iowa is. They kind of run the ball a little bit more, so we feel like that was the right move, and each week is a new game plan, and we got to get right for the next game plan.
Cody, I talked to Tommy after the game a little bit about you, Tommy, and Steele kind of coming up together now, seeing the good and the bad of the defense, what you guys can do compared to last year. Putting that into thought, when you think back now, where you three were as a unit together last year to now, how much progress do you see?
Yeah, it definitely starts with our maturity. We were all kind of fresh out and didn't really have a whole lot of experience last year, but I mean, other than a few bad performances, but it kind of scarred us. So we've made it an emphasis to, like, in the offseason, to not let that happen again. And so, I mean, right now we're just working as hard as we can and just trying to make sure everything we do is perfect, and every little detail we can correct is corrected.
You three together, is it a tight little group there between you, Tommy, and Steele? Are you three pretty close?
Yeah, I mean, they're one of my closest friends on the team, and they're even closer together. But like, the way they play, they motivate everybody else in the field, and I stay next to them and stay on their hip, and when they do well, that means I'm doing well, and when I do well, that means they're doing well. So everything that we do is all as a team, as a brotherhood.
You asked about the three-linebacker look and preparing for it, but was it just kind of fun to be out there, three linebackers again, being able to do it again with those two?
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I definitely miss those times last year, but like, again, it's whoever's on the field we have ultimate trust in who's out there. So, whether it's me, Steele, Tommy, or whoever goes out there, EA, we all have trust that they can go out and do the job, and I'm thankful for that, because we put in the work in practice for that.
We've talked with running backs about getting in a rhythm of the game. Sometimes you need a handful of carries. In a game like last week, when you're kind of in and out, how does that affect your momentum, rhythm, or does it?
Yeah, I feel like it really just goes back to preparation. Like, during the week, you have to know that not every play is going to be the same, and not every personnel is going to be the same. So I just have to get that ready in my mind to just be ready at any point. And I appreciate my coaches for allowing me to be out there, because it's a tough task, but they trusted me, and I felt like I can get the job done for what they needed me to do, and I think it worked out.
On the sideline, is it just, hey, Cody, in for this play, Cody, come back? Is that kind of the communication, or are you aware ahead of time, hey, when we do these type of looks, or how does it all work?
Well, definitely being in tune with the game flow, and knowing if it's a third and short, or like any type of, whatever the situation was. But I always try to stay locked in, and my eyes are always on the field, and I obviously have to wait for their call, but whenever they call me, I have to be ready and go in there.
Cody, as somebody from the East Coast, as somebody who probably was growing up pretty familiar with Penn State football, is there any added intrigue, enthusiasm to play a game in that place? Understanding, football from its roots, and when you play in this part of the country, it's a pretty big deal to play there. What's your excitement level to just go see it?
I'm ultimately excited. My first time there was during COVID, so there were no fans there, so it's a completely different experience. But I'm definitely hyped up, because it's around where I'm from. There's not, Penn State's probably the biggest school out there, so it's just just being ready to handle the emotions and the flow of the game, and be able to be confident and go out and play our hardest.
That was my next question. How do you go about doing that? Obviously, ebbs and flows, especially when you're playing defense. Crowd's a little quieter. You can probably still communicate at that point, so you actually get a little bit of a lift there in that regard. How do you go about handling stuff that is not the 11 men on the other side of the line? You know what I'm saying? Making it just a normal football game as best you can.
I think it just always goes back to practice. No matter what happens, our coaches throw so many different looks at us, and just make sure we're on our toes, because if we're confident in what we see, there's nothing else that really matters. The crowd doesn't really matter. So for us, it's just being able to be locked in at all times during practice, and letting it translate. And we spend all the time in meetings and watching film. So I think that's the key part about handling the extra stuff that's not involved with the 11 guys.